So we are live now. You can change that stuff while we're live,
All right. we really need to change
though. Middle finger.
Yeah, that is because I don't think anybody's gonna watch it
Yeah.
if we keep doing that. You didn't.
Could be worse. Oh.
All right. So what title? I don't know.
Title is WhoopX2. Avengers Endgame Afterparty. Spoiler. put parentheses spoiler review.
That is all right. Let's talk. Let's talk about it,
Dude.
What?
So, but before we talk about the movie, I got to talk about this guy that was in the theater. I felt like he's completely against cussing, and the reason being is like there's this one part of the movie which we'll talk about in a bit, but he just yells out, "Oh snot!" And that completely took my attention away from the movie.
What did he keep saying it or something?
Yeah, he was like, he kept saying weird shit fuck, what else did he say? He said some goofy shit, man. So there was oh snot, there was
Oh snap!
something about Bojangles.
Really?
I don't remember what he said completely, but it was something about Bojangles. Like holy Bojangles or something like that. And I'm like, what the fuck is this guy? He was a fairly animated guy as well. So that
Well, he was a cartoon character. There you go.
yeah. That ain't no joke. Fucking but yeah. Let's make sure the live stream is going good first.
Yeah, it says it's going.
Okay.
All right, so we're not. If you haven't seen the movie yet, be warned. There are spoilers in this review that we are giving, or whatever you want to call it. It's just that.
Yeah. We're giving away tons of spoilers and some copies of the new Twisted album.
Yes. Yes. So let's see. Was there anything special about the title?
Endgame?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, other than that's the thing that fucking Doctor Strange said in the Infinity War.
All right. I bet you if we watch it again, there's probably like some stuff we'll catch in there.
Dude, I caught a lot of stuff, and it's all like, dude, this movie was so much fan service to comic book readers. It's insane. Like,
no. I'm talking about the title. We're starting out. We're trying to go in order here, or at least start off with the title.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
All
I
right.
mean, there's that. I don't think there's any really special about the title.
Okay.
So I'm trying to remember the opening scene before they get to the Avengers. Like, I never would have expected that to happen. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Fucking
You talking about Hawkeye?
No, that I expected that.
Okay. Well, what are you talking about then?
I'm talking about he went for the fucking head.
Oh, ha ha ha. No,
Like
I expected that. He
from
was
the
mad.
yeah, I get that. But I didn't expect them to kill him so easily.
But that was a trick.
It wasn't really a trick.
Well, I mean, yeah, well, they not really a trick. I mean, because they had to fight him. You know, again, actually fight him. That was because he. I mean, he was weak anyway.
Yeah.
We're giving away stuff, but not giving away stuff. So I
Well, I
don't
mean,
know.
yeah, he was weak because he used the Infinity Gauntlet again,
Right.
right? So he used the Infinity Gauntlet to basically get rid of the Infinity Stones. So I mean, he was a very and I gotta commend Thanos on that. I mean, he was very calculating with what he did.
Yeah.
You know, um, it was, and there's a stark difference, a very stark difference between 2014 Thanos and Infinity War Thanos. There's a very big difference there. You can see there's a different maturity level. There's a different ideology going on in his head.
Yeah.
You know, like in 2014, he was very self-serving. It felt like,
Yeah.
whereas it seems like he probably grew a bit between the between pre Guardians of the Galaxy and fucking what was it? Pre Guardians of the Galaxy and uh Infinity War. It seems like he probably grew a lot as a character. And that is something that I'm interested in seeing. I'm curious if they're going to do any kind of movie or any kind of backstory to it, to where it shows him growing and figuring out himself enough to where he's a little bit more calculated and a little less shitty and a little less. I mean, I guess he's shitty, period, but it's something that there's definitely a certain maturity that he has in Infinity War, and it's definitely different compared to where he was and where he is at the end of this movie. The younger version of him, there's definitely there's definitely a major difference there.
Um. mm, you wanted to go deep with that one. Let's see. Uh. I don't know what I want to start on first, or I guess I want to say, even though the movie was 3 hours,
It
I
didn't feel like
still,
it.
yeah, it really didn't. In fact, I prepared before I went to the movie and did not, drink any soda or anything, so I didn't have to get up and pee and miss anything. I was like, first I was like, I don't want to miss the last Stan Lee cameo. Okay, so then the Stan Lee cameo went by, and I was like, all right, I don't want to miss anything else. So I'm in fact still holding the pee that I was holding, halfway through this movie.
Yeah,
I should get rid of that.
possibly.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
So I one thing that I did miss, which I think that they should have put in the movie, is, it doesn't affect necessarily the plot of the film, but I feel like it's something like, did you see Captain Marvel?
That was the only one I missed because everybody was telling me it was horrible.
It's not horrible, but it's not necessarily entertaining either.
Okay.
Like, it's definitely the probably, and it's all Brie Larson. I mean, it's all in my review that I did for it. Brie Larson is bland as shit in it. She is better in this movie, but she still
She was only in it for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, I know, and that's why she's better in this movie, because her character seems to only take so much time. Like,
Okay,
I mean, she's
so
definitely overpowered.
yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like with a character like that, there was one scene where I don't want to get I don't want to just we're not going to ruin everything for everybody, but
Talking
just
about the
like try
beginning of
to
the end, because
no the end
okay.
near the end. When certain people came out and then like they were like basically saying we'll block you or whatever, like isn't she powerful, like she's like like halfway through them blocking her, she still just went through everything.
Yeah, she was like, she just kept going, right?
Yeah.
So, and man, there's so many Easter eggs in that fucking movie. Like, I'm gonna have to see it at least 3 or 4 more times before I know that I've got all of them.
You're gonna um help help the movie surpass what is it called Avatar.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that's gonna do it by itself.
And people are going to go see it, going to go see it several times. When I went to the movies tonight, like half the theater was filled with Asians, which was spectacular.
Yeah, fucking.
Man, like that was one of the one of the few times it's like, man, I should have dressed up in a costume, and then it'd be like, yeah.
So
See, guys, this is why. Never mind, nothing. This is why people become furries. But anyway.
like going back to the beginning of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
they kill Thanos within 5 minutes of the beginning, maybe 10 minutes. Like it does seem like there's a lot of stuff that happens before he dies at the beginning of the movie, but like I I just didn't expect it to be that quick, right?
Yeah. I don't think anybody did.
Like, yeah, it was man. Sorry, I'm still trying to go through the whole movie. Like, I'm still kind of like, holy shit. There's so much. I'd say a good 80% of this movie is fan service, which is not a bad thing. So they give you an older version of the Iron Man suit, and while it's newer to the movie, the like basic design of it is actually an older version of the Iron Man suit from the comics.
Okay.
So that's really cool. Um, it's it's just so there's so much shit in there that is for the comic book fans, and everyone's saying like a common consensus is Marvel's doing stuff for the wider audience, DC is doing stuff for comic book fans. This says otherwise. There is so much in this from the comics that it's asinine to say like that there's way more from the comics in this than there ever has been in the DC movies.
All right. Maybe I missed a lot of it. So
So,
I may have to watch it again.
I mean, flat like, and it's all the way through. It's just all the way through the movie. There's so much stuff in there, like so the Battle of New York scene, right? You got Steve Rogers in the thing, and he says "Hail Hydra."
Yeah.
That's within the last few years of the comics. There's so much stuff that's happened in the last 5, 6 years in the comics that's in this movie. It's insane, and I feel like that's intentional because, I mean, Marvel's comics have grown because of the movies, right? So it's something that it's giving those people that are just now getting into comics in the past 5, 6 years from getting into the movies. it's giving them it's giving them that feeling that a lot of us had that grew up reading comic books, and we went to go see Iron Man 1 in the theater, or we went to go see Captain America or Thor, or you know, whatever title you want to put, all of those in the theater for the first time. Because we got to all go be like, oh man, I know what that is. I know that from the comics. This is what happened. Um, so that's giving a lot of. I think a lot more people are going to catch a lot of the Easter eggs in this one, just because all the Easter eggs in this one are, I'll say, 85 to 90% of the Easter eggs in this are from the past 5-6 years in the comics.
Oh crap! I'm sorry, I was choking. Um, is there anything that I'm trying to? Can we talk about? What all do you want to talk about?
Oh, I'm cool with talking about everything. We put spoiler on there, so I don't care.
Of course, you don't care. But no, I'm trying to. No, I'm trying to figure out like what to talk about next. There was so much. There's like
So
can't.
we've talked about the beginning. We've talked about the after credit scene from Captain Marvel is non-existent. Like that was a throw off thing.
Okay.
Like the thing that had they so what the after credit scene in Captain Marvel is Nick Fury's pager going off, from the end of Infinity War,
Mm-hmm.
and she just magically appears in the Avengers facility, and she's like, "Where's Nick Fury?" Right? And that never happened in the movie. Like, it's completely different how she shows up.
Okay.
Right? Like, instead, which this is one of the things that I thought was going to happen was Tony is sitting there in the he's sitting in the Milano, him and Nebula, and they, like, he's pretty much on his last leg. He's getting ready to die, and Captain Marvel shows up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she like basically just tows the Milano back to Earth, and that's how she ends up meeting the Avengers. So
All right.
that's a good bit different than what the original thought was, which is kind of weird because that shows that they really did film multiple versions of this movie.
Oh. So do you think that when they release it on Blu-ray or whatever, it's gonna be like a 6-hour movie? That would be
No,
nuts.
no, I think what they did. So this is kind of what they did the same thing with Infinity War, where they would film the same scene completely different ways and have different outcomes. And at the end, the ending that we got, they filmed like 15 different endings, if I remember correctly. And so that way, no one actually knew who died.
Ah, I guess they did that because what's the dude's name that plays Spider-Man so he doesn't spoil
Tom
crap?
Holland.
Yeah, that dude.
So, man,
That guy.
I want another Hulk movie, and I want it to be Doc Green that we got in this movie.
Oh,
Like,
I thought I didn't everybody. I thought everybody's contract expired, and that's the reason that they weren't going to do anything after. Like everything is going to be like I guess rebooted or whatever's going on
well,
with
it's
that.
not
I
going to be
don't know.
rebooted. They're continuing it. They have a Phase 4. So Phase 4 so far, I don't. So here's the weird thing about what they've announced. They did say that they're doing a Black Widow movie.
Okay.
Kind of hard to do that now. So unless it's a prequel, but I don't see them doing an MCU tie-in film that's a prequel when they're done with all of that. They've spent the past 11 years telling this story. They're done with it. I feel like I feel like Black Widow should have had a movie. but I feel like at this point it's too little, too late.
Yeah. Um. Wow. Trying to think of some of the stuff that. There was so much stuff in the movie. I don't even know where to go to next.
So as soon as as soon as Iron Man and Nebula get back they get to Earth. They Cap and Stark have an argument, right? Because he's upset with Cap that Cap wasn't there, ready to
Okay.
go, right?
Okay. So we're at the beginning. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the beginning.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
There's a
stuff
lot of
in
stuff.
the
There's
whole
a whole
movie.
movie. Yeah.
Right. So that happens. They kind of argue, and then Tony passes out, and then while he's passed out, everyone else takes off and does their thing, and they go kill Thanos. Then you got your opening Avengers logo, which does look different than the logo that was advertised. So that's definitely weird.
Oh, why is it weird?
I don't know. I don't know why that's weird. It just is. So the next scene is Ant-Man coming out of the
The donkey's anus.
yeah, the donkey's anus. The I would know what it's called if I wasn't thinking so hard about it.
The little time tube thing. Spoiler. I can't think of what it's
It's not
called.
really time tube.
Yes, I know. I listen. I I watched it for the pure amusement. I wasn't just like the entertainment value. Yeah, I do.
The
I
quantum
don't
realm.
know the flux capacitor. Yeah, whatever.
Quantum realm.
No, yeah, out of the yeah.
Right, he comes out of the quantum realm,
Mm-hmm.
but to him it's been like 5 hours, whereas to everyone else it's been 5 years, right? So lots happened in 5 years. There's a support group for for people because they have a problem of letting go with everything that's happened, right? There is there's Black Widow. She's basically kind of playing a Nick Fury role almost, where she's keeping in contact with everyone across the galaxy. You know, she's doing video chats with everyone, and they keep in contact on a frequent basis and make sure that everything is going as smooth as possible and getting planets taken care of, and with so Rocket and Nebula are together, right?
Yeah.
And then you have Captain Marvel doing her thing, flying through outer space, and it's she's also got Okoye on one chat, and then got War Machine on another. So Clint Barton's been missing for that 5-year period, but they kind of know where he is because he's been running around killing people.
Yeah.
And man, so that's where they are. Tony Stark has a kid, has a 5-year-old daughter. It's the Hulk has it's stock green now, basically. I mean,
yeah.
so in the comics it's stock green, right? Like it's the Hulk body, Bruce Banner's smarts.
Yeah, it was weird because like instead of having, because I mean it's Bruce Banner's face on the Hulk's
Yeah.
body, but it was green. What was? Yeah, hold on for a second. No, go ahead. Sorry.
You're good. So where else? Basically, it's. Let's see if we have any viewers. So I'm trying to remember what was going on. So Scott gets out of the quantum realm. He goes and sees his daughter, who is 5 years older.
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah, he saw. Didn't he see his name on the?
on the vanished list.
Yeah. So that's the reason he freaked out and ran to the house and.
Yeah.
Okay. And hmm. What did happen after that? Oh, yeah, that's it. Then he went to the Avengers headquarters.
Yeah, and from the Avengers headquarters, he basically convinces them that it's an idea to travel back in time. That is something that might be possible. And so he talks to Cap about it. He talks to Black Widow about it. They agree that it's worth trying out.
Yeah. So, of course, this was a fan theory a long time ago, or something that it would deal with time travel at some point, and
Yeah.
people were saying, "No, it's not going to do that." That's what happened.
And it's perfectly fine.
And they did make that joke about why instead of just going back to get the time stones, why don't we just like go get baby Thanos? And they
Yeah.
didn't they didn't say it, and they had the one guy say it, which was hella funny. So, um,
Yeah. I mean, that's.
I mean, he didn't say it. Let me correct myself. They didn't say it.
He
He
did
just
like hand movements.
yeah, he pantomimed it.
Right. And I mean, there was no Scott, or there was no Ant-Man growing big uh, inside of Thanos's butthole.
That actually sounds like a like a like a that's so I don't want to say it. I know what you're gonna say. That sounds like a snack, cause like Thanos anus, like famous Amos. I don't know. It's a delicacy. Thanos anus, but yeah, that didn't happen. We were expecting it to happen. I mean, there was just so you guys know, this didn't happen, but it would have been so dope if it did. I saw like a fan theory a long time ago. It's like, or not a fan theory. It was just like, oh, you know what they should do at the end at the for the climax, the end game after it's all over. Have Deadpool run out and say, "Okay, I just got here, guys. I'm late, but oh, it's over. Oh crap."
Yeah. That would have been hilarious, and I think that's something they could have done really easily as just an
Yeah.
after credit scene. So
Yeah.
for anyone that doesn't know, there is no after credit scene in this. I feel like they could have gotten away with a joke one, and that would have been a joke one to have Deadpool. Like if he would have had one of those Doctor Strange holes open up, and then Deadpool runs out, and he's like, "Oh damn, I missed it." Right, like.
Or even reference the movie. Oh, that was a great movie. There's no end scene. Oh, I am the end scene.
Yeah, like that would have been fantastic, and that's something that they could have filmed really easily.
Yeah.
Like, I mean that yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
They could have done practical effects except for the Doctor Strange thing, and it would have worked out perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Have Deadpool run out, and he's got one of those Mickey Mouse hats on.
That would also been funny. Or
Like,
even, oh no, they couldn't do that. Never mind. I was gonna say make a Pokemon joke.
yeah, they couldn't do that.
I mean, they could if they did it like as in a specific way.
Dude, I was. Did they play the Pokemon trailer before the movie for you?
What did they play? Actually, I don't remember. The only trailers I remember was the extended like Dark Phoenix trailer. They had two Will Smith movies. They had the one where he's young and old.
Yeah,
it was weird.
Gemini.
I like. And then of course the Aladdin one. It was weird to see a person.
We had the Men in Black movie trailer twice.
What Man in Black movie?
There's a new Men in Black movie coming out.
They didn't play that one at all here.
It's really weird that different places play different like trailers.
Yeah, I thought they usually stay the same. I guess it depends. Yeah,
depends on area because some things like they may not need to advertise as much in a certain area for some films.
Yeah.
But so
crap.
for some reason the Men in Black trailer played twice, but we did also get the Pokemon trailer. And so that was really cool seeing that on the Dolby screen. But I was super excited, and Antoinette could see it. She was like, "You're really excited for this, aren't you?" Like, and I was like, "Yeah, how can you tell?" And it's like, "Just the look on your face."
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like, okay, that's cool, I guess.
But was it an extended trailer? We're just going off on different shit. But was it an extended trailer, or was it the exact same stuff that they've already had on the internet?
It's already been released. I mean, the trailer's already been released. They've released all the trailers they're going to. The damn thing comes out in 2 weeks.
Okay.
But so that was pretty cool just to see it on the big screen. Were there a lot of round of applause in the theater?
Yes.
So I'm cool with that, but there's some things that I just don't give a shit to have a round of applause for. Like, there was a round of applause when the lights went dark. There's a round of applause after every trailer, even the second time the Men in Black trailer played.
Okay. No, that didn't happen. No, I'm the only stuff in the movies people applauded for. And there's only one scene that I can remember that they applauded for anyway.
What was that?
Okay, spoilers. So this is a really big spoiler. So do not listen if you. When Captain America picked up Thor's hammer.
Yeah. That's one of those ones where I'm like, yeah, that deserves a clap.
Yeah.
But I think that, and every time someone that died in Infinity War showed up, there was a round of applause.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what there was other stuff too, but I can't think of it. Yeah, people clapped when Captain said "Hail Hydra." That was funny. I was like, oh,
because that's from the comics recently. There was actually a lot of crap about that.
Why?
Because
why was it a lot?
Fans were pissed.
Wait, okay. Well, what was the story surrounding the comic to where he said that, or was he actually on their side? I mean, because
so in the comics, the Tesseract isn't an Infinity Stone.
Okay.
But the Tesseract. So the Tesseract is just the cosmic cube. It's got its own power and everything. It does its own stuff. So at
Okay.
one point, the Tesseract ends up turning into a little girl, right? And basically, she's an adolescent girl, and she has everything. She acts like an adolescent girl, has the mindset of an adolescent girl, but whenever she wants something, it basically comes true, right?
Okay.
She eventually figures out that she has that power, and she tries to make things good, right? But she keeps messing it up. And part of that is she ends up changing reality to the point where Captain America ends up being a Hydra sleeper agent.
Okay.
So that pissed a lot of people off.
That's kind of silly for people to be pissed off about that.
It is. It's weird, but it's not the weirdest thing I've ever seen in a comic book by any stretch of the imagination.
All right. I mean, it's weird that people are pissed off about it if it's a damn comic book. You know? All right. While we are, since this is probably the middle of the conversation here, so if you guys didn't know, Twisted has a new album that has has, I think it's out now. Yeah, today's 25th, and oh shit, excuse me. Yeah, today's 25th. So we're gonna give away a copy of the album right now. So if you're listening right now, the first person to enter, we're gonna give you the download code to get this album. So you have to go to dropcards.com/Generation Nightmare. So make sure you spell that out. It's dropcards.com/Generation Nightmare, and your access code is 55MY V6ND4C. And I'll repeat it one more time. 55MY V6ND4C. And that's dropcards.com/Generation Nightmare. So the first person to put that in gets that damn album, and we'll give another one away in a little bit, but if you don't have it, now you have it. Anyway, all right, so let's see.
Fucking the dude.
Oh yeah,
Thor.
yeah. That was a funny joke, Iron Man. So yeah, yeah. So Thor has gained some weight there, and is looking like the dude. If you're and Iron Man actually called him Lebowski.
Yeah.
that was actually another applause moment. Now that I think about it.
You might have had more applause moments than we had in my theater.
Why is that?
Because they didn't. I think there was 5 applause moments through the movie in my theater, which honestly was less than Infinity War when I saw it. I did see Infinity War with at a different theater though. So.
Infinity War. That was funny. He's like he was just sitting in the chair with his glass. Yeah, wasn't that whole scene in the Big Lebowski, like that whole little thing that they did. He was sitting in the chair with his glasses on, and I think Black Widow was like, "Is he sleeping?"
No, not the sleeping thing, but there's it's like him sitting on a toilet at the beginning of the movie with the glasses on.
Okay.
Like after he just had his head dunked into the toilet.
Oh. That was funny. I'm trying. Well, there's okay. So Where are we at? We're about a quarter of the way through the movie now. So
Yeah. So at this point, it's getting pretty close to where Tony has been working with Friday, figures out what they need to do to make time travel work. Right? They've tried it with Scott Lang, with the Hulk and Scott Lang doing their thing. Scott ends up turning into a baby. He turns into an older version of himself. He turns into like a teenage version of himself. It's a funny moment. So
yeah,
after that, Tony shows up to save the day. He's already figured out what they need to do to make this work. So they make it work. They build a giant ass portal looking thing. It's basically I forget what it's called, but it's that piece that is in the back of the van, in the back of Ant-Man's van. And so they take that and they all come up with a plan. Some of them they're going through different points in time, and the plan is they're going to steal the Infinity Stones, use them, and then they're going to put the Infinity Stones back at the exact same moment that they took them. Right? So
right.
it's they got a little bit of hijinks that happen through that. So and you have a sad moment in there as well. So bigger point of the film, bigger spoiler in the film. Uh, Black Widow dies. Her and Clint have to go to Vormir, and they fight each other over who is going to actually be the one that jumps off the cliff to their death. And one of the reasons why that's important is whoever dies for the Soul Stone, they cannot come back. So
And wait. Can I bring something up about that? Because I thought about this while I watched this. Gamora came back.
it was a past version of herself before she was given the Soul Stone.
All right.
Right? Like,
Do you mean it's sort of like it's sort of like Dragon Balls? Okay.
so the version of Gamora that's in the movie is from 2014, before she meets the other Guardians of the Galaxy. Right? Like that's why. Like as soon as Quill sees her, he goes up to her, and he thinks that it's the same one. He doesn't realize what's going on, and there's this funny moment where he like touches her face, and then she knees him in the balls twice.
Yeah. She got him the first. She missed.
You
Got one
miss
the first.
No, you missed the first time, and then you got both of them the second time.
Yeah.
And then her sister Nebula comes up, and she's like, "Oh, that's the guy." And then Gamora's like, "That what? Him? Like, he looks so weak."
Yeah. That sucks. He really liked her. Now we're never gonna find out what happens.
I think that'll be part of Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Maybe.
So
Again, I thought that. Well, all right. Hopefully, let's just say hopefully. Oh damn! There are so like I'm scrolling through Facebook. I've scrolled past 3 Endgame ads, like actual ads, so far, in like 2 minutes.
So projections for this weekend, for opening weekend, right now it's projected to break 1 billion in opening weekend.
Okay.
That'll be the first time in history that that's happened.
That would be super dope.
Yeah, and honestly, the movie deserves it. It pays off on so much stuff,
Mm.
and it does a pretty good job of paying off on everything it's supposed to. Tony is haunted, like regardless of the fact that he has a daughter now. He has a 5-year-old daughter, and regardless of that, he's still haunted that he's the reason that Peter Parker died.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
Like, and that's his drive. It's
But like, but I mean, at the beginning of the movie, I guess when they were trying to convince him to help them, I guess make it or figure out how to do the time travel thing, he was really thinking about no, screw everybody else. I have a family now. I am happy. That's all that matters. I really don't need to make anybody else happy.
kind of, and I mean, but it's that same self-serving shittiness. That's why he comes back and helps, because of his guilt about Peter Parker, because that is on him,
Yeah.
right? And so he figures out what he needs to do to try and make everything work, which is, instead of going back and changing the first snap happened. Period. Like, it's set in stone. That first snap still exists. It's still part of the story. It's what comes after that saves everything. And what comes after is everyone being brought back.
Yeah. With no changes, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't change anything else. Just bring everybody back, even though they've actually been gone for 5 years. That actually kind of sucks. So that if you think about it, because then everybody's like, everybody, everybody would be 5 years younger than you are at that time. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
horrible.
I mean, it looks like Genki, well, not Genki, but Ned and Peter both, you know, they both faded. They both turned to ash because they're both still the same age when at the end when they go see each other in the school.
Yeah, that's. Well, maybe he. Yeah, that is.
So he was in ninth grade in the last Spider-Man movie. So if it was 5 years later, then Ned wouldn't be there.
Yeah, but like, what? I mean, did he not disappear too? I mean, like, we don't know if he actually disappeared during Infinity War, do we?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He would have had to have if he was still in high school, because they were in high school together.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, excuse me. A lot of people disappeared.
Yeah. Fucking um so Thor gets his hammer back from the past. So he takes his hammer from the past, from Thor 2, and what he does then is he basically uses that and the axe at the same time, and he turns into Thor the Allfather,
All right.
which is the.
So,
Go ahead.
and I was going to say, so to the people that have at least watched some action movies, just imagine if Thor were in a John Woo movie. So he has, uh, he's double fisting that.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty intense. He does go ape shit on Thanos. Um, there is a he eventually drops the hammer, and Thanos is, he's going to town on Thor, and it looks like Thanos is about to push the axe into Thor's chest, just like what happened at the end of Infinity War, only reversed. And then the hammer comes flying at him, and it flies back, and it goes to Captain America,
Yeah.
and Cap just goes to town on him.
Cause I was confused. I was like, dude, he's like, what's going on? It's just lifting in the air, and then all of a sudden, Captain America has it in his hand, and everybody starts clapping. Hey! Holy crap! Um, so that was. Did we see? We skipped a bunch of stuff. We're just at the end of the movie now.
I mean, kinda.
That's fine. That's fine. Um, let's see.
I mean, we're just going over certain points, right? So,
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah. Uh, ow. Um, what else can we should we bring up? Again, like I said before, I can't remember all the spots that everybody was like clapping on and stuff.
yeah, it is hard to remember that. That's normally why I see a movie 3 or 4 times before I actually do a review on it, just because of the ability to recall everything a little bit better.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch it again. All right, take our
But
money, Marvel.
they earned it. They have earned it.
That
They
is, yeah,
it's there's a lot of growth in these characters, even in just this film. So Captain America is always about doing things for other people and never doing anything for himself. You know, that's one thing that character's always done. Right, and that's something that he eventually gives up on, not in a negative way, right? So he takes care of everything he needs to. He makes sure all of the business is taken care of, and then he goes and does what he wants for a change, and he gets a happy ending from it,
yeah.
and that's cool.
Did at the end? Did anybody like? Did I miss something at the end um, when they were at that lake or whatever? Like every was there any like to you? To you because like were there any surprises to all the people that showed up at the thing? I thought they were gonna. I thought they were going to. I don't know. Have Stan Lee in there some type of way. You know what I mean?
No, it was so the only thing that was a surprise to me was the kid from Iron Man 3. So if you saw Iron Man 3, the kid, like, he ends up crash landing in Tennessee, like Chattanooga area, I think. Um, and he ends up meeting this kid, and the kid that he meets is standing there in the funeral, and that's not something that I expected. Like, honestly, I didn't know whether Tony was actually going to die or not. Like, I mean, it was definitely a thought,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Well, no, I had been reading interviews or something that he said or he said that he that was, this was probably going to be his last movie a long time ago anyway. So
yeah. So, and the reason why I was iffy about it is because they when they were filming Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Far From Home, they they have scenes that have Happy Hogan and that have um what's her name? Gwyneth Paltrow in it. Or Pepper Potts.
yeah, yeah.
You know, so and that's kind of weird. And so from what extras on that were in the movie said, they said that it was Pepper is delivering stuff because is delivering a new suit, new tech to Peter Parker because Tony is busy doing other stuff. Right? So that was kind of like, to me it was like an acknowledgement that Tony Stark was still alive.
Okay.
So it was weird because they because I was going off that.
Well, um, hmm. All right. Well, crap. I don't know. I guess that overall, we're gonna stop. Talking about it for right now. Maybe we'll talk about it again
Yeah,
Sunday or something. We'll probably see it again before Sunday
I will. I mean,
and
I think
and
me and Antoinette are going to take her son to go see it probably.
all right, and then Crimson can join in. That'll sort of add to it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What was your favorite point in the or your favorite part of the film?
Uh, I think. I think when this may sound like cheesy, but when Tony met his dad, but not like the whole thing, just like there was a part where he got so, I guess, like flustered over meeting him, he forgot, the damn
Yeah.
cube.
Yeah, right. In the briefcase.
Yeah, and his dad was like, "Oh, don't forget your briefcase."
Yeah. That was a really good part in the movie. It's definitely more emotional growth for Tony Stark. That he got closure,
Yeah,
right? Like he uh he didn't die without getting the closure that he needed. You know,
yeah,
so and that's something that normally wouldn't happen, but he got closure from having a childhood that he didn't understand that about how his dad treated him.
yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Just like that whole thing there. It was definitely good emotional growth. It really like that part I think really kind of does help tie up Tony Stark, you know. Um my favorite
What was your
part
favorite part?
uh God, that's so hard to say. My favorite part was probably God, that's so hard to say. There's so many really good things that happen in this movie. Um, I think I think anything having to do with the Hulk in this movie is fantastic to me, just because like my favorite storyline from the Hulk, or like my favorite part of the Hulk history, is the Doc Green stuff. That is the best Hulk that there's ever been. So Doc Green was pretty much how you saw him in the movie, only he had a mohawk and a beard, right? And he he's able to suppress. So it's a little different than it is in the movie, but he's able to suppress Bruce Banner coming back, and he's smart, so he sets up everything to where basically if Bruce Banner comes back, then Bruce Banner ain't staying for very long because he has things in place to where if to where Bruce is very persuaded to turn back into the Hulk. So and the way that he becomes the Hulk, or the way that he becomes Doc Green in the comic book, is Hawkeye actually tries to assassinate him. So he's Hawkeye is given a um, a bullet, right? And that bullet is made out of it's some special bullet that Bruce Banner made, so that way Hawkeye could kill him, or like it's an arrow tip or something. It's been a minute since I've read through it, but it's so the first story arc is him going around and he's made a cure for the Hulk type characters. So Abomination, She-Hulk, all of them. They all, most of them anyways, end up losing their Hulk abilities and they just turn back into normal human beings.
Okay.
And that's he's very intelligent and very calculated. It's almost like if the Hulk and Thanos, if the it's the Hulk, like it's the Hulk, but he's as calculating as Thanos is with how he's going to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing that version of the Hulk on screen was very cool to me. So it's really hard to pinpoint a specific scene of that was cool to me. I probably one of my favorite scenes, I guess, would be when you see all of the Lady Avengers together. Right, like
Yeah.
not that Miss Marvel needed it, but it's not like she needed an entourage
Yeah.
to do what she needed to do. But that's definitely harking to the female Avengers team that exists. And that's honestly, in the past few years, that's one of the better Avengers books. Is the all female Avengers team, and it's seeing that on screen, even for 10 seconds, was fantastic.
Yeah.
And there's a rumor going around, and it started well before this movie came out, that they're gonna turn that comic into an Avengers movie, or they're gonna make an Avengers movie based on the all female team, which is pretty awesome, and I would love to see that.
Yeah. I guess that would be cool.
Like, I mean, you're always gonna get the pissy people that are like, "Oh, why does it have to be all female?" Blah blah blah. It's like,
No, no. It's,
and
it's,
I'm
it's
not saying that's you at all. I'm not saying that's you. I'm just saying, like, you're always gonna get those people. But I think that especially seeing how badass they looked together in
yeah.
this. I mean, there's room for that. There's room for that to exist in a very, very nice way.
Yeah. I like how Captain Marvel cut her hair, and a comment was made about it.
What, that she's diking it?
No. I mean, like, you said that. No, I mean in the movie. So it was like, "What are you gonna do? Cut your hair?" It was a Rocket said
Yeah.
that shit. To cut your hair again. Oh my god,
Man,
this shit was.
there was so much from the movies, man, or from the fucking comics. So at the end of the movie, Thor takes off with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and he says, "We're the Asgardians of the Galaxy," and that's actually a new book that started a couple of months ago.
And and it's. I mean, did the movie? Because I hadn't heard of that comic. Did is it? Are they sticking to the I guess movie or something?
No, not really. I mean, it's for real. Like, it's your main Asgardian characters minus Thor. So it's got like Lady Sif, and it's got I think, was Loki in it? I don't remember. I haven't read it, but I've seen a couple of pages from it.
All right. Well, I'm letting everybody. Uh, oh, actually, I guess yeah. Let's finish it off, man. I mean, yeah, because we've been on here for almost an hour, but is
Yeah.
there anything else? Is there anything we need to leave off with or anything?
No. That's it really.
All
I
right.
mean, until Sunday when we get Don on here.
Yeah. We won't take as long to talk about it because we'll have to watch because we all will probably watch it again, and there'll be a third person in on the conversation here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm all sugared up right now with gummy bears.
I'm tired as fuck, and I gotta be at work in 7 hours.
Oh, all right. Well,
But I don't care.
all right. Well, everybody, whoop 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 times two. Check us out Sunday, Three Unwise Man. We'll be talking about some more stuff. Also, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and the all the stupid subscribe and the little bell so you know when we are live and or when something new gets uploaded. All right.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.